So Adam Thielen has been released by the Minnesota Vikings. We know the Chicago Bears need additional help in the wide receiver core so we can go ahead and find some weapons for our man Justin Fields. With the Vikings releasing Adam Thielen, do y'all think the Chicago Bears should go after Adam Thielen or at least take a shot at him? Y'all already know we're going to talk about it plus a little bit more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
All right, y'all. Y'all got me, Bobby. Y'all had Hayes earlier, but y'all got me on the afternoon slot. If y'all joining me, hit the like button and subscribe, and make sure that you tune in the comment box to let me know how y'all feeling about today's topic. Should the Chicago Bears go after wide receiver Adam Thielen after he's been released by the Minnesota Vikings? I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. I like Adam Thielen. He was one of those guys that gave the Bears problems for his 9-year tenure with the Minnesota Vikings, while he was definitely had a little bit of a more of a role when he was lined up next to Stephon Diggs. Once the Minnesota Vikings went on and got Justin Jefferson, his role kind of diminished a little bit, and rightfully so, because the Minnesota Vikings, their game plan was feed Justin Jefferson. I mean, you can't blame him either because he's a spectacular route run on the other end. And we already know how electrifying Justin Jefferson was within their offense. And a lot of the times, Adam Thielen was the odd man out. You know what I'm saying? Justin Jefferson to get double-digit targets every single game, leaving Adam Thielen with a little bit of the scratch because they still had to go ahead and feed. I believe Hawkinson was their tight end over there in Minnesota. So they still had to feed him, get him the ball. And Adam Thielen, you know what I'm saying? His targets dropped within the last 2 years. But you still got to go ahead and give him credit because even though we seen a major drop, you know what I'm saying? He has suffered some injuries in the past. The guy was still able to give you 70 receptions and a total of 716 yards, which is still more than any other wide receiver that's with us with the Chicago Bears. You know what I'm saying? And the years have been solid. I mean, the guy only has 2 years to where he went over 1,000 yards. I mean, he has dealt with some injury that, the last 2 years. 2019 only played 10 games. 2020 only 15. 2021 only 13. He played all 17 games last year. And, in all those years, he had double digits when it came to yards per reception. You know what I'm saying? With last year being 10 yards per catch. So that's still pretty damn good if you ask me, because we needed help. Now, if the Chicago Bears want to go ahead and make things a little bit more interesting, it's something that you might have to consider. I say if you do bring them in, you can go ahead and bring them in on a 1-year deal, which might be around 10 million is what I'm getting out of Sports Track. You know what I'm saying? As far as his free agent market value right now. So it'll be one of those things that Ryan Poles is doing this year again with a prove-it deal. I don't see it as a long-term solution, though. Now, some of the long-term solutions that I know that some of you guys will point to in the comment box may be a D-Hop or Mike Evans. But the only problem is with that, in my opinion, is that you're going to have to trade for those guys, which I believe Ryan Poles is not willing to do at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because D-Hop, these guys, I think it was believed, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that these guys want a second or a third round pick or an additional player. That's too much to ask for D-Hop. And I would not even look at D-Hop's way to try to, make that deal happen. We don't even know if Mike Evans is available. And if he's not available, or even if he is made available, you still have to go out and give up draft compensation to a guy that's over 30. But both of these guys are still good players. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that you have to look at Adam Thielen in a way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's going to come in and make a huge difference, but in my opinion, it's a safer bet than going after D-Hop and Mike Evans. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be like, well, this guy's 32 years old, and rightfully so. He is an older guy. But I do think that what he can bring in is good experience. He's been to the playoffs before. He's been on winning teams. And so with the experience, that should be good for a wide receiver core that has to improve and help Justin Fields on his next step up to where in his progression. You know what I'm saying? So along with the experience, he's able to bring in leadership to that wide receiver room to help out. amongst those wide receivers to help Darnell Mooney continue on his ascension upward, especially after coming off, an injury, to help Chase Claypool with his development because he's still so young and still has a lot of potential. So I think that I don't think it's a bad idea to look at it. I don't think it's a great idea to bring him in, but I do think it would be a good thing just to at least bring him in to have a conversation with him, talk to him. And I'm not saying that a deal is guaranteed, but you still want to go ahead and do that for the sake of Justin Fields, because I think that experience matters when you try to build a culture. I believe hard work matters when you want to build a culture. And this is a guy, while he was going through the things with Stephon Diggs, never complained. While he was going through the things with Justin Jefferson the last few years, never complained. So that's a guy that's humble. That's a guy that's willing to work, and that's a guy that's willing to do what's best for the team. That's the type of guys I want in my locker room. So y'all go ahead and let me know, man. Let me know in the comment box how y'all feeling about it all. Should the Bears bring in Adam Thielen on a 1-year deal now that he's a free agent, or do you think they should sign him for a couple of years? Because I think that if you asking me, I say give him a 1-year deal, let him come in, and he at least fill the void until the Bears can find a legit number one. I believe the Bears have 2 number 1 wide receivers right now, but if you bring this guy in, he will be a number 2 or 3 in a sense, but he will provide that leadership to kind of help push forward Darnell Mooney and Chase Claypool, in my opinion. If you agree with it, cool. If you don't, cool. No hard feelings. Just let me know in the comment box on how y'all feeling about it all. But look, hey, y'all already know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to send us anything collectively, hit us up, shybearcentral@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on all social media platforms, Shy Bear Central, y'all already know. And if you want to go ahead and join that mailbag that was dropped earlier, y'all make sure y'all hit that number. And hey, it is what it is. Another episode of Shy Bears Central. Y'all had me. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.